There, we're live back in Thailand, waiting for T-Mobile. I was able to call them on the 611 number. Waiting for a supervisor. Been on the phone 10 minutes, but their
Thanks so
service.
much for holding. My name is Hannah. I'm a supervisor here at T-Mobile. How can I help?
Hi, Hannah. Steve Wilner. I'm on YouTube Live, just so you know. Hope that's okay. I was talking to your representative there. I forgot his name already. I'm sorry. We've turned off my phone. We have the same issues, and he wanted me to repeat the problem with the billings that should be pretty well documented. And I want to know how we're going to resolve that, please.
Okay, so you have questions about the bill itself then, the most recent bill or previous ones? What is the exact issue that we're noticing on the bill?
I get dinged for charges I don't make. Right now I'm on Wi-Fi and calling you through the Wi-Fi, and I dialed 611 and we're back in Thailand. I just got in Vietnam. I was told there are no more charges. Could I verify that?
Are you roaming internationally then at this point? You said you're in Vietnam right now?
No, I was in Vietnam this morning. I'm in Thailand right now.
Okay, well, I'll confirm that information and I'll pull up those international rates and also provide that information to you as well. One moment.
I know that information. I want to know if I've made any calls. There used to be a disclaimer, and nobody's told me that in a long time, that you have 30 days to get the reporting from your cellular partners in foreign countries. And I use my own words. If I don't use the right words, I guess that makes communication difficult, and I'll own that. But I don't know how to deal with that.
So then the concern is you want to make sure that there's no pending charges for international, or is the concern then the bill cycle that's already closed?
No pending charges. Because in Vietnam, there was, and I had a Vietnam SIM card. I'm talking to you on my new phone. We could talk about all that too. I've talked to a lot of people a lot of times. So the point I was making is, and John Ledger wrote me very nicely. He said, stop including me in all these emails. And I appreciate that. I appreciate John Ledger. I saw he had a new program with kids. I think John Ledger is a legend. I think he should be running our country, but I did vote for Trump, and I will give him a chance. And I like a lot of things that are going on, and I don't like some other ones, but he's the president, and I will support him. So that's my statement. And I got a little off track. I'm bipolar, and I get my thoughts race a little bit. I'm trying to pull up, more importantly to me, is the new phone. That's what I started talking to the guy about. And well, right now it's not even loading. There it goes. I got an email from my sister out of the blue from about the middle of March, and I want to read it to you. But I can't. It's not loading for some reason. It says loading more. I believe somebody's hacking my computer and my phones and all that. I have no proof of that. I have no way of figuring that out. But when I don't get the information, or it comes in late, all of a sudden and my sister's husband is a computer guy, and we've been in big fights. So I shipped the phone to my sister, and the guy just told me you have it back now. Is that true?
So I just need to ask a few questions to determine which phone we're discussing. So was it an upgrade order or a warranty exchange? And which line was it placed on so I can find the correct order for us?
Well, there's confusion as to what I have two numbers. I am talking to you on the 3961 number. That's my primary number. The other number is a number I've gotten from my wife that if we ever get her to America, she'll have a phone when we get there. And I'm learning more about phone and SIM cards all the time, every day. It's an adventure in paradise, for lack of a better word. So to answer your question, I wanted to replace my Samsung Note 5 and get the Samsung Galaxy S9 Plus. And I ordered a 64 megabytes one. You had a promotion on it. Give me money back for trading in my old phone. Charging me I think it was like $15 a month to upgrade. And I didn't get all the details about Jump, but it sounded like I went to Jump. I got the insurance because I was delivering it to my sister. The last one I got the Apple phone. I sent it to my house, and I think we even had to turn it on in America and then ship it out. And a friend brought it over to me in Thailand. So, did I answer the question?
Yes, and I do see that order, which was delivered on the 13th of March, was actually checked into our warehouse this morning. It can take up to 30 days to complete a return process, but I do see and have confirmed a serial number was returned back to our warehouse this morning.
Okay, and it was not opened. It was refused or something. She wrote me a bunch of stuff, and I just found it this morning, and I'm looking for it now, and I can't find it. And it was all backdated. And she was explaining all this. Let me do a search by her name. And I can't keep up.
Unfortunately, I can't confirm if the package was refused or what state it was returned in. I can just see that phone was returned and checked in this morning.
Okay. March 20th, Mr. Garcia, and it's a Mrs. Or Ms. Steve Wilner had a T-Mobile phone. Had T-Mobile send me a phone with my name and his cell phone number. I have the phone. What does T-Mobile want me to do with it? Do you want me to send... This was March 20th. The stuff I was reading this morning had different dates on there. At 12:33 a.m., which I assume is this morning, she wrote back, Jade Garcia, please confirm receipt. Steve Wilner is making YouTube videos asking where the phone is. Steve, please tell the world I never asked to receive this phone and have refused to be involved in your cellular communication issues for years. I won't state that to be factual. I will just state, like everything else, that's a fucking fight that's been going on for 4 years, and I want her fired or to quit. That's a simple answer, quick answer. So she has been involved with my cellular communication issues for years, as has my brother. And you want me out of your life. That's a true statement. Then you send me phones. The only reason I sent the phones there is because I'm in a foreign country. She's involved in my life. She's involved in all the matters she wants to be involved in, but she says she doesn't want to do any business with me. But she's doing business every day. So I want the world to know that. This video will do that on YouTube, and we can play it for the world. This took 2 trips to the UPS to get this returned in probably at least an hour of my life. I will pay her for her services because then I can sue her and get her fired and get her out of my life. Okay, that's my position on that. Short version. I don't know if it's factual. We can talk about the attorney later. I am concerned that you are mad at me like the woman who just killed herself being mad at YouTube. I will not answer your calls as you're recording calls and making 3-way calls. I have also refused for years to be involved in your 3-way calls. They are just temper tantrums. Not temper tantrums. I want results. If we have a communication and a witness and a mediator or a process, things will get done. You need help. I wish I knew how to get it for you. If she doesn't know how to get it for me, turn me loose. Give me to somebody to give me help. I don't give a fuck. Some family members believe you just need to grow up. I'm 65. I'm as grown up as I'm going to get. I'm not fucking changing. I'm going to try to move your emails so that I don't see them unless I go looking to make sure you are still alive. What does that mean? She has a fiduciary responsibility that she's avoiding at all costs. So that's the end of that email. And then it went back to a bunch of other ones from Jade. I can call Jade, and I have her extension here. And I went to the UPS store. It tells the whole story. That just came out of the blue, out of nowhere. Or maybe I wasn't part of that. Maybe she's communicating. See, I include everybody in communications. She does not. So there's no way of knowing what's going on, and no wonder things get fucked up because there's no communication. So go ahead now. It was Kimberly, was it?
No, my name is Hannah, and I just want to go over a few things real quick. I just want to let you know that T-Mobile won't use your recording to determine what happened on our previous calls, and I would have to ask that you stop recording as T-Mobile doesn't consent to having calls recorded by customers.
But you're recording on your end, correct?
I can still assist you, but that's correct. Essentially, calls are recorded randomly, and I cannot confirm or deny that the call is being recorded.
Okay, then let me state the same thing.
So I can continue to assist you, but I want to make sure that I can help you out with the concerns that you have, which is about your bill and your phone. So are you concerned then that we need to place an order for a phone? Is that what's going on? Because there was a phone returned. Are you wanting to redo the order? Because I can talk about the steps that would be necessary to do that.
Well, no, we've already talked about the steps. Then we need to solve the problems. And Ledger is very capable. But let me throw a curve at him because he's a bright guy. He's helping all the kids, and I don't know why he picked the age of 13. I think it was 13 to 25. It's a brilliant program. He's a super guy, and I love him with all my heart. I'd like to meet him one day, but I know he's a busy man. So that said, what about the old people? And I think I wrote an email to that earlier today. But that's just a position. He can do whatever he wants with it. But I think, to be fair, in the world where everybody's got a fucking agenda, and all those things, then that's my statement, if that makes sense. So I do want a phone. I want it for my wife. I want to have the same phone, and I want to get it shipped to Thailand. And then I just had dinner with an American friend and his Thai girlfriend, and we were discussing the way things are and the whole situation back home and here and all around. It's too complicated. It's very, very, very complicated. But I guess we start with 50 billion of tariffs, and they retaliate, and tit for tat. That's what my sister's doing, tit for tat. I want to know what the solutions are. I give her solutions every fucking day, every fucking time. Give me my money, give me my property. If you've done nothing wrong, you don't have to be worried about a lawsuit. And then we can get into Jonathan Allen and all the bills, and it's a fucking snowball going down the hill, and I'm drowning, and I don't like it. I have very terrible thoughts. When I get into that depression, I came today, I had to sleep. I don't want to be in that dark place. So having her in my life does nothing. So we need to get somebody that can make decisions about getting her out of my life. And I have a lawyer. I believe I've hired her. I'll show everybody the paperwork. And I hired her specifically for the 2015 tax deficiencies. But April 2nd has come and gone. So let's get some Senator Kamala Harris in here.
So, Mr. Wilner,
yeah.
I don't mean to interrupt you, but I want to help you answer your question about the phone order. I can help you place a phone order. We cannot ship internationally. If there's somebody who would be able to accept a shipment and bring it to you or send it to you from the United States, I can make that happen. I can ship it to where you need to ship it. We just cannot ship internationally. And I know that's been a concern as I look through the notations on the account. I wish I had a different answer for you, or wish there was a way to have that happen. But unfortunately, there's not a way that we have to ship it internationally.
I figured it out. Tell me your name one more time. I'm sorry. It was Kimberly, I think, that I got cut off on the other day. We were talking about all this, and then the phone got shut off. And I guess started this video. So the phone isn't the big issue right now. I want instead of every month we have a friggin' fight about these extra charges. And I see changes on this phone. This new phone is super. It's very, very good, but it has problems. There's everything is another problem for me. When I go to the phone, if I can do it right now. Well, I don't want to do it. I'll lose the video. But it has a voicemail coming in every day. So instead of fixing one problem, like the telephone, my sister is involved in my life. I want her out of my life. Give me my money, leave me alone. I don't need you in my life, especially somebody that says family and all this is bullshit. It's bullshit. If I die, she gets my money, and that's what she wants.
So what is the concern you have on the bill? Then I'm looking at your bill.
I dispute.
Recently due.
I dispute the whole charge. Do you understand that? Yes or no?
So you're disputing your entire bill, including your monthly service charge, your equipment, and...
No. I paid the bill the other day. I paid $180. Is that the last payment I made?
Yes, the last payment you paid was $180.
I have no problem paying T-Mobile $90 a month, which is the $60, which should go down to $50 because I should be on auto pay, and $30 for my Apple phone. Now I want to upgrade that, and now we're going backwards. So are you telling me that there's more credits that I don't know about?
No, I'm asking you what charges you're disputing.
It's a growing number of charges that I didn't make, because just like this one, I'm on everywhere I go, I'm on Wi-Fi. If I pick up the phone, it's Wi-Fi. Now, if the phone drops, there's problems with that, and there's supposed to be a setting in the phone, and hopefully you got the right people. I'm in the best part. The people I talk to are super now, because I've been elevated up your chain or something. You guys have great customer service. Your people love you. I love you. You should be number one. You are. You're kicking Verizon and AT&T's ass, and you should. You care about your customers. We've been on the phone 15 minutes. Verizon and AT&T would tell me to go to fucking hell.
So I'm looking at the most recent bill that you have to kind of break it down, and in addition to your monthly recurring charge and any equipment, there are international calls that are on it that were not made connected to a Wi-Fi signal. They were not made over Wi-Fi. So are those the ones that you're disputing then at this point?
Simple answer, yes. But as when I call you people, I want to know when I'm making I don't want to make any long distance calls, or I want to have to push some special buttons to make sure that I'm not going to incur any extra charges. I want to budget my dollars and spend, and when I talk to your reps, they have similar feelings. I have a budget. I want to stick to it.
So I can confirm in your bill itself, the actual paper bill, which you can view on T-Mobile.com, that there are calls that were made from international that were over Wi-Fi that did not charge you, and then there were calls that were made that were not connected to Wi-Fi. So there were times when it was made as a Wi-Fi call and times when it was not, and those were the calls you were charged for. You were not charged for the Wi-Fi calls back to the United States, but calls that were made not on Wi-Fi do have a charge associated with them, which is on the most recent bill.
Okay, and are those drop calls off of Wi-Fi onto a cellular network?
I'm reviewing them right now.
But instead of wasting your time and my time, this has been going on over a year. I talked to Mercedes. She told me she wasn't going to resolve them. I said, put them in dispute, and we'll figure it out, and let's see if it happens next month. And the phones are being changed every friggin' day. I get updates. I have to go into your T-Mobile app and answer the same questions over and over and over again, and it's changing settings on my phone. I don't know what you guys are doing on the updates. I assume in the small print I'm getting fucked, but that's okay as long as it's not a big amount of money. I paid $10 or $12 a couple of times because the service has been so good, but $80 or $90, that's a lot of money to me. I just had dinner for 4 that was 800 baht. And we had 2. He had a beer and I had a beer. Big bottle of beer.
So as I look over the bill itself, and it's just something that you can also see on T-Mobile.com, when I see the charges for international calls made, it's not going back and forth from Wi-Fi to roaming to Wi-Fi. They're consecutive, or there's a long period of time between the completion of a Wi-Fi text or Wi-Fi call and then a phone call being made. So I don't see any evidence of bouncing between the two types of signals on the actual bill itself.
Okay. Okay. How can we resolve this equitably and fairly right now? And can you turn on and just to move my life on? I got way too many fucking problems. My biggest problem is my sister, and I have to pay my taxes by April 10th. So my sister says she's not involved, but we have a tax bill that we've been fighting about with County of San Diego. And I think there's a lien against my property, and she's the fiduciary responsibility. She doesn't. I've directed her, if she believes she's right, I believe I'm right, pay the bill and take it out of my account like she does everything else she wants to do. She refuses to do that. So how do we solve that problem? And that's not your problem, that's her problem. But she doesn't answer the fucking phone, and then she makes more fucking problems for me every day. I want her out of my life. That fucking simple.
So to protect you against international charges while you're abroad, I mean, the most important thing to do would be to not use the phone, to keep it in airplane mode. If you connect over Wi-Fi and you're in airplane mode, which ensures you're not connected to a network, that's going to be a recommendation that I have.
I just did that. I just did that in Vietnam, and it worked. But sometimes it doesn't work. It says take it out of airplane mode, and maybe that's your partners in Thailand and Vietnam that are you don't know what they're doing on their network, and maybe they're when those charges come through and I'm in a foreign country, they get revenue off of that. Correct?
Unfortunately, I'm not sure.
Well, that's what let's turn my phone back on. Look into that. Let me go to sleep. And then tomorrow we can work on it again. Bump it up to Jade, bump it up to Callie, bump it up to Mercedes, and we'll get it resolved. Bump it up to John Ledger. And I'll pay the $80 just to talk to John Ledger and see if he can solve my problem, because he's a genius. And maybe he can figure out, he can talk to Marcia Montag. She used to work for Ken Blanchard, the 1 minute manager. This is taking a hell of a lot more than 1 minute. But Margie Blanchard was the one that ran the company from my perception and my perspective. She had the business sense. Ken was the glad hand guy, and she took care of the business, and he took care of the glad hand. But I love them both. They're nice people.
Do you have any other questions for me today, Mr. Wilner?
Not that I can think of.
Okay, thank you for your time.
What are we going to do? You going to turn my phone on?
We can restore your service if you receive the past due payment of $115.88.
Other than that, you're going to leave me turned off.
We can't restore service unless we receive payment for your service.
Okay, would you bump that up the line to your supervisor, please, and have her write me? Or her?
I can forward this on to my supervisor, but at this point, with the service being suspended, we don't have a way to reach back out to you.
You have my email address. And let me give you my Thai phone number.
I wish we could dial internationally, but we can't, Mr. Wilner.
You did the other day. I talked to you guys internationally, I believe. I don't know. And you can ring my phone. I'm talking to you on it right now.
If we were to call you because it's suspended, it will not connect. So we can restore the service with that payment of $115.88. We can get it back on, and then I can forward this information on.
I'm going to send this YouTube video to Marcia Montag, and if she wants me to be in a foreign country without an American number, and she thinks that's beneficial to my health, life, and safety, and she has a fiduciary responsibility she's born, and I'm going to also include Jonathan Allen, accountant and lawyer, with a big fucking fight that I owe her. I have $1,800 in Citibank. I got to talk to them last night. There's a credit card coming, getting shipped over here. And $2,400 I still need to get back to Google. That's how fucked up this shit is. So I want her out of my life. Is that clear? Hello?
I'm here, Mr. Wilner. Do you have any other questions for me today?
I just made a statement. Do you agree or disagree?
I can't comment on any of that statement. I can tell you right now we can restore your service if you pay for the service that you had, which is $115.88 to restore your service.
Okay, so Marcia Montag says she doesn't want to do any business with me. If that's the case, then I want her to release all my assets. Is that clear? And then I'd be more than happy to pay you this bill. Otherwise, I don't have enough money to pay this bill. And she needs to go to somebody to make that legal decision other than herself. Tell her to get off her ass, get me into court, get me to a judge. I'll stay in Thailand because I feel safe here. Gavin signed for liberty. He took his whole family and ran. He's living in Mexico. Look at his videos. There's a lot of problems with our legal system. Big, big, big problems with our legal system. And Donald Trump is going through a few of them himself. What? Not your job, she says. Okay. Peace, love, happiness, and understanding. Thank you for your time, young lady. So I'll play this video for the internet. It's live now. Nobody's looked at it. I don't know how to send it. We'll figure out.
But you all do that job.
Okay. Ciao. And she just hung up. Okay. Hey, everybody that knows Marcia Montag, please send her this video. Dave Curry seems to be the only one watching these. So thank you very much. 24 minutes of hell again. Thank you. How do you end this?
Who will watch?
How do I get?
Who will watch all these shit in YouTube? They only what they want to watch.